The entitlement and delusion that comes out of Abby's mouth is enough to make your jaw drop. With each interview, podcast, and YouTube video she films, it becomes clear that she holds everyone, including children, to a higher standard than those to which she holds herself.
If anyone should say, oh, it was toxic, I can't remember it, it should be me.
Welcome back to my series, Dance Mums Uncovered. Abby has openly shared about several instances where she was being disrespectful to others in public. She admitted that she was banned from Home Depot in Orlando because she asked them where their chainsaws were, threatening to chop the head off one of the workers who sold her the wrong kind of light fixture for her roof. She recalls that while she was travelling internationally, she wanted pizza from a particular restaurant that had closed for the night. So she got the mums who were travelling with her to name drop Abby and convinced the chef to come back to the restaurant past their closing time to cook for them. It seems that she has been behaving with this kind of attitude for years, even before her fame. She recalls that she used to terrorise her neighbourhood for fun as a kid on October 30th each year.
I'm not allowed in Home Depot because I asked where the chainsaws were because I was going to cut somebody's head off if they sold me the wrong light fixture again for the roof. I'm not allowed to go to Home Depot in Orlando. There's like 3 stores. With a little name dropping, if you will, the moms, Vicky and Louise, got the pizza place to reopen. They called the chef or the cook, whatever, at home. He came back and made pizzas for us. We terrorized the neighborhood. It was Devil's Night, the night before Halloween. Anybody's car that was parked outside in their driveway and not tucked away in the garage for safety, their windows were getting soaked. Toilet paper in the bushes, toilet paper in the trees, toilet paper around your mailbox, toilet paper around your columns if you had columns in front of your house.
Countless of her fellow cast members have called her out for throwing tantrums in public. Christi says that when she and Abby filmed in the donut shop in season 1, she threw a tantrum because a producer offered Christi a donut, but no one offered her one. Chloe adds that Abby once went into a fit, crying and trying to get someone fired, all because her sub was cold. Christi and Kelly have further discussed this incident on several other occasions. Even Elliana, who gets along well with Abby to this day, revealed that Abby forced one of her assistants to go to the other side of the state just to get the fast food she wanted.
When I had to meet her at the donut shop for that meeting, she literally had a fit for about 30 minutes because one of the producers said to me, "Do you want a donut?" And no one offered her a donut.
Nobody asked her.
Do you remember when her sub was cold and someone got fired?
And she cried?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the episode where she fires poor Amanda for having a cold hoagie or a meatball sub. You weren't there.
She made one of her assistants go all the way to a different side of the state to get it.
Abby has also made it clear that she believes that being a dance teacher entitles her to endless appreciation and gifts from her students. She has claimed that not only should the girls from Dance Moms talk to her, she wants them to ask her how she's doing and send her Christmas cards and birthday cards, regardless of how she treated them in the past. She tries to shame them, saying that she parented and tutored her students, raising them to be grateful and write thank you notes. She also has the audacity to claim that she taught the kids how to feel, saying that she can't believe how callous they are in cutting her out of their lives. And yet, this is the same woman who would constantly repeat the phrase, "save your tears for the pillow," and force them to suppress their emotions in front of her.
Not only should they talk to me, they should ask me how I'm doing. They should send me Christmas cards and birthday cards. Yes, I did the tutoring. I did the parenting. Those are the kids that I raised. And to say thank you and to write a thank you note and to be humble. If their dance teacher was laying in a hospital, almost dying, close to death, they would feel something. I mean, something you would feel. Because I always taught them to feel.
And even when the kids do show appreciation for her dance training, Abby still always has something to complain about. When Maddie gave her credit, Abby went on to call her out for not thanking each of the other faculty members at the studio too. And she still claims that the kids that she teaches now on Zoom show more appreciation than the kids that she taught in person for years.
She talks about how I trained her. I helped her. I'm glad. I'm glad that there was finally a small, tiny smidgen of recognition. She put the work in. But a lot of other people worked hard too. My staff, the faculty, an acting coach in Pittsburgh. So many of you have been so grateful and so kind to me and so complimentary. You're appreciative. More appreciative than some kids that I've actually worked with in person for many years in my studio.
She also seems to have developed grudges against her students who stopped dancing. She has explained that she is upset that her first Miss Dance of Pennsylvania works in a bank, rather than in the dance world. She also complained about one of her students who became Miss Dance of America, because she didn't go back the following year to give up her title, since she got an early entrance into college. Rather than celebrating this academic achievement, she says that she was upset that she poured so much effort into working with her.
I had my first Miss Dance of Pennsylvania, Jennifer Snyder. I always thought someday she would take over my studio. It saddens me that she didn't. She works in a bank.
I mean, I
had a girl, Miss Dance of America, that decided not to go back the next year and give up her title because she was starting college early. Miss Dance of America.
What?
Like, I'd worked my whole life
Yeah.
to get a Miss Dance of America. And
Abby also seems to hold herself and the people around her to expectations that she herself doesn't fulfill. For instance, she would constantly call the kids on the show slugs, even though she was the one who would lay in bed all day while the girls were attending school. She would also complain about the fact that the bus drivers got breaks every few hours when they drove the ALDC to competitions. And yet Abby also had a job where she would sit and teach for hours.
And you can't have a bunch of slugs on stage.
Slugs. She
Slugs.
calls them slugs.
Slugs. Meanwhile, she would lay in bed in the morning while those slugs were in school.
All day.
All day.
So
Yeah.
it's time to film, yeah.
the bus driver has to stop every so many hours. Why? He's sitting on his butt. How hard is that? What?
Kelly and Christi claimed that Abby used to constantly scream at production when they were on their phones, because she said it was unfair that they could slack off when she was working. And yet in later seasons of Dance Moms, Abby is on her phone during rehearsals constantly.
She used to scream at production, "How dare they be on their phones when you're making me work?" Meanwhile, in later seasons, she's in the room teaching children and she doesn't look up from her phone.
Despite Abby's insistence that the Dance Moms girls don't appreciate where they came from, Christi and Kelly point out that the girls do say that they appreciate the show all the time. Even Chloe thanked Abby in her Teen Choice Awards acceptance speech. And yet they say that Abby never thanks the girls for what they did. Abby also refuses to give credit to the production company, even going so far as to insist that Lifetime didn't rescue her, even though she was in financial trouble prior to the show.
All of the kids are always grateful. Even when Chloe won Teen Choice, she said, "I want to thank every dance teacher I've had," instead of being like, "I want to thank my dance teacher," you know what I mean? But she was including Abby in that. So these kids always appreciated her.
She's the one that doesn't appreciate them.
So when Lifetime plucked me out of Pittsburgh as this down and out dance teacher that didn't know a thing, that really wasn't the case.
No.
Abby also believes that she is entitled to lots of money and complimentary benefits because of who she is. She claims that because of her comment about Baskin-Robbins in season 8, she should have a deal with the company and get a free ice cream cone whenever she goes to one of their stores. She also believes that she should receive residuals when people use GIFs of her.
Don't you think by now I would have a deal with Baskin-Robbins? And when I walk in, I should get a free cone. In this gift, which should be a gift, do these make money? Should I be getting a residual off of all these pictures of me?
She also speaks as though she was robbed when she was flown to New York City to testify against Kelly 3 times. She says that while she took these trips, she had to spend $10,000 attending Broadway shows, going shopping, staying at hotels, and going out to eat. Despite this attitude, she continues to insist that children deserve nothing. She seems to suggest that they need to earn, work for, and pay for respect.
They pressed charges against her, which in turn caused me to fly to New York 3 times. And when I fly to New York, I don't just go to court and turn around and go home. I have to see a Broadway show, I have to shop, I have to eat, I have to stay in a hotel. I spent 10 grand for nothing. That's what I was trying to tell the child and her mother. She deserves nothing. You earn it. You work for it. You pay for it.
And then there are all the celebrities who Abby shamelessly calls out, demanding that they associate with her. In one of her YouTube videos, she criticises the Kardashians, Cardi B, Jennifer Garner, Courtney Cox, Angelina Jolie, Bethany Frankel, and Teresa Judas for not sending their kids to her studio. She tries to convince them that they should make a celebrity dance mom show with her. She begged for Teresa to contact her, and presumably pay her, to watch her daughter's solos before she competes them. She's also revealed that she tried to associate with Billie Eilish by sending her an ALDC t-shirt, and that she would text Shangela every week when she was on Dancing with the Stars, telling her to bevel her ankles.
That's a show that I pitched a long time ago. Wouldn't it be exciting if all these celebrities brought their kids to the ALDC? I spoke to your daughter. I wanted to see her solo. I wanted to doctor it up a bit. Why spend all that money going to competitions? I could look at it first. This shirt is going to Billie Eilish. How could you be the one that doesn't bevel your ankle on Dancing with the Stars? Every week I texted you, make sure you bevel your ankles. I'm going to assume that you didn't see the text messages.
During season 18 of Dancing with the Stars, Abby was a guest judge. She says that when the judges and cast of that season publicly disapproved of her teaching methods, she thought it must have been a publicity stunt. She also seems to believe that it was her corrections that helped Meryl win that season.
I've always backed them up, so when they came after me, I thought it was a publicity stunt. I feel, in some way, that I helped Meryl win.
So what do you guys think? Do you also cringe at Abby's behaviour and entitled attitude? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.